Hey, and welcome back to another edition of the Friday Five. Today we are going to talk about mortgage rates. What is FICO? What's a rapid rescore? What's going on with trigger leads in the past week? And then the quote of the week. So here we go. Number one, jumping into mortgage rates. VA 30-year fixed 6.47%. FHA 30-year fixed 6.45%. Conventional 30-year fixed 6.89%. Conventional 15-year fixed, Dave Ramsey Special, 6.16%. And then that conventional 7-year ARM, 6.42%. So we are better than last week due to some lower inflation numbers than forecasted. Also some weaker jobs reports than was expected. We're still below that 7% Mendoza line. But gosh, we aren't hustling towards the fives at this point, that's for sure. All right, number two, what is FICO? FICO stands for the Fair Isaac Corporation. Refers to the type of credit score used by lenders to evaluate a borrower's credit risk. So the range for FICO scores runs from 300 to 850, and it's supposed to be a summarization of your credit worthiness. It's used by the mortgage industry to help predict how likely you are to repay money on time. And there's 5 different factors that affect your FICO score. First, your payment history, which accounts for 35% of your credit score. Amount owed, which is 30% of the score. Length of your credit history, which is 15%. Credit mix, which is 10%. And then new credit inquiries, which is 10% as well. So basically, if you pay your bills on time, if you keep your revolving balances low and minimize your inquiries, guess what? You have a great credit score. Not that complicated. Number 3, what is a rapid rescore of credit? So a rapid rescore is a service that allows lenders to quickly update your credit report and potentially improve your credit score within just maybe a few days or a week, much quicker than the normal 30 to 45 day time period that it takes for credit changes to show up. So here's how it works. First, you provide us proof, the lender proof, that you either paid a balance down or paid something off or corrected an error. Then the lender submits the documentation to the credit bureaus, and then the update's usually processed in 3 to 7 days, and then we get the results of that rescore back, and hopefully your credit score went up. A couple important notes. First, you can't do it yourself as a consumer. Only a mortgage lender can do it. And then it is not a credit repair service. It's really just a way to update a change on your credit report, somewhat instantaneous within a week. But it can be a really effective way for you to either improve your credit score, which could lead to you getting a better rate, or qualifying for a program that you weren't going to qualify for without that credit score improvement. Number 4, an update on trigger leads. I feel like there has been some important changes this week, or I guess not changes, but items worth noting. So yesterday, the Senate passed the Homebuyers Privacy Protection Act after some similar legislation cleared the House Financial Services Committee earlier this week. So this new bill amends the Fair Credit Reporting Act to cut out trigger leads, which essentially is a mortgage applicant data that is sold by the credit bureaus to competing lenders, unless there are certain exceptions apply. The 2 exceptions that primarily come up are existing lender relationship, or if the consumer opts in to have the credit trigger process. So what's next with this bill? So the House and Senate staff will work to reconcile their versions together, and then once they're aligned, the bill would head to the House floor and then potentially to the president's desk. If the reconciliation process proceeds smoothly, a final vote would happen later this summer, and it's possible that the president could sign it into law within the year. So I know there's lots in the mortgage industry that would be excited about that, so we will see what happens. And lastly, number 5, the quote of the week from Daniel Harkavy, who is the co-author of Living Forward with Michael Hyatt and is the author of Becoming a Coaching Leader. The quote says, "Self-leadership always precedes team effectiveness, and team effectiveness always precedes organizational impact." So essentially, if you're a leader, you have to work on yourself first. You have to get to a place of balance and health both professionally and personally. And then at that point, then you can be the most influential and impactful within your team and within your organization. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great weekend. If I can help you in any way, please reach out to me.